Greetings and salutations, I am your humble Adobe instructor, AJ Wood, and you're watching episode number 49 of I Create Content. Hey everyone, appreciate you tuning in for today's show. If you caught our last episode, we were taking a look at creating a logo inside of Adobe Photoshop. If you've been paying attention to the news this week, you know that Steve Jobs passed away. He was truly a creative visionary, someone who not only was innovative and changed the way that we create content, he also changed the way that we actually consume that content. So he'll be sorely missed, but he leaves a lasting impression on all of us. Today I've got a quick tutorial for you. Not going to take up too much of your time as we wrap up the week. So let's go ahead and jump on into Adobe Illustrator. What I want to do is continue our conversation about perspective drawing. So I'm going to turn on the perspective grid tool and turn on my grid with Command-Shift-I, which would be Control-Shift-I on a PC. And I want you to see that I've got a one perspective drawing. So if I go to perspective grid, this is my 1-point perspective. Hey, this is set up here. I can make some quick changes. I want to point out, if I go to define grid, you can very easily change the overall opacity. So if you find the grid lines too harsh, too overbearing, too in your face, you can drop the opacity. So I'm going to drop this down to about 25%. Click OK. This just fades the grid lines out a little bit. So with this 1-point perspective, I just want you to see, I'm going to grab the rectangle tool, and with the dark gray, I'm just going to begin to draw on my horizontal plane. Now, as a reminder, the horizontal plane is being drawn on simply because I have activated it in my plane widget. So once again, green corresponds to the horizontal plane, and the blue side would correspond to the left side plane. What I want you to see is I can go ahead and grab a white rectangle, and if I choose to draw here, I can make a little roadway. And I want you to see that if I change to my perspective selection tool, as you learned in the last tutorial, I can hold Alt and Shift, which would be Option Shift on a Mac, and I can drag out a duplicate of that rectangle. If I go to the Object menu and Transform, you can use the Transform Again command, which is Command-D on a Mac or Control-D on a PC. And I can quickly replicate that shape and form out my road. So this is a nice thing. You can see that not only did it duplicate the shape, but it continued the path and duplicated it in perspective. So that's a quick tip for you. Hey, here we are in the perspective drawing tool. I'll have some other tips related to this series. You guys know where to find me. If the video helped you out today, give me a thumbs up. As always, I appreciate it when you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can always catch me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Google+, here on the YouTube channel or my blog, ajwood.com. So, you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.